This week on Pretty and Pride, we go through a series of different TV shows and our very strong opinions about them. We touch on the hellscape of Facebook and the inflammatory headlines that you come across as you're mindlessly scrolling. We talk about what it's like to go to Costco as a single, and we talk about the major Jonathan Major news. Lastly, we hit on our weekly ins and outs and spend some time talking about why space exploration is absolutely terrifying. Thank you for tuning in.
I don't fear no man, but I'ma still put 60 in this Drake. Set it off like Queen Latifah, nigga playing with my cake. Split the bag up with my brother, 50-50 what we made. I can't let no nigga eat that ain't contribute to this plate. Run it up, I just need 30.
Welcome back, Pretty and Pride listeners. I'm your host, Ken.
And I'm Kiki.
And we're excited because, as you know from our last episode, we had some kerfuffles, I will say. So we did what we always gonna do. We put our heads down and we thought, how can we fix this? How can we make this so that this never happens again? Processes were made. I'll let the project manager, we'll cut that out, but
why do I have to cut it out?
I don't know.
I'm proud. It's like my entire identity.
Okay. We'll let the project manager of the pod speak more to, the agile, lean, Six Sigma speak of what took place.
Don't forget waterfall.
Yep, that. But we solutioned immediately. We did. So we're excited to be back with a new setup. I think we're gonna, have a lot more of a fun week. Hopefully editing, getting everything out, putting the socials out. But
especially work on editing, but not re-recording is fun.
Not re-recording it will be fun. And I think we'll get better quality from the video as well. So I'm excited about that.
I'm excited about what's going on with your Alexis Rose hands right now. I think that's
it's
clearly
a real
you've been rewatching Schitt's Creek.
It's honestly a problem because I take on these identities in the things that I submerge myself in. And so, I've been doing a little bit of my little T-Rex hands and hating it about myself, but unable to stop myself.
Did you ever watch that movie Music and Lyrics with Drew Barrymore and Hugh Grant?
Yeah.
Okay.
Immediately forgot it.
There's this one line when her professor that inappropriately had a relationship with her says in his book about her that she's a brilliant mimic but never has ideas of her own. When I heard that for the first time, I was like, is that me? Am I even funny, or am I just good at mimicking other things? Because I also am a sponge, I can fit in anywhere and I soak up everything. But no, I am just hilarious. But I do have my doubts because I also will take on the personality traits, but that's normal. I think everyone does that. You hang out with someone, you take on their personality traits. You watch a TV show, you want to work at Walmart. That's just par for the course. So,
but it's like I will recognize about myself that this has actually become a real issue for me the past week because it comes down to is this how I would laugh if I didn't have any other perception of a laugh?
I don't know what I'm trying to get into right now. What inception level thinking you're trying to talk about right now, but I'm not putting any brain power to what you just said. I'm sorry. That's too much.
But it's I have such a small and close circle of people that I interact with. And so sometimes I'm wondering do I laugh kind of like this person, or am I taking on mannerisms of my friends? What's mine and what's the shows that I watch? So, thanks for bringing that up.
Yeah. I think if it's
a
a real knee slapper, your real laugh comes out. There's no way that I want to be seen throwing my head back, mouth agape, just going for it. Unfortunately, that's what happens when I'm laughing, Now, when I'm giving maybe that's a, combination of the people that I surround myself with. But ultimately, you get down to base instinct, I think. Anyways.
I mean, I'm not going to spend too much time. It's I don't have the self-awareness to like actively change myself in the moment. So
are you all just becoming one person? Are you even taking on their traits, or did they take on your traits and then they're mirroring that back to you, and then you're just mirroring your original trait?
Okay, no.
So you see why I said I didn't want to think about this too much?
Serious. I have a friend who's going through like watching films and like classics, well-knowns. And so for me as someone who likes film, I typically enjoy films based on director. Mm-hmm. And I was literally thinking to myself, I'm like, I'm not even going to mention Christopher Nolan because first of all, like, I can't get to the fact that I still don't understand Inception. Like, I liked watching it, visually very appealing. I understand like what it's getting at. I don't know what the conclusion of that movie is.
You know what? This is interesting too, because I've told you before, like as much as I love like deep thought films, I personally sometimes want to just go along for the ride. And even though I am smart, I want to be treated like I'm an idiot. As a matter, like if you put at the end of the film, like this is what happened and this is what it meant, I'd be very happy. Like, I hate like the ending's up to you. Like it's up to your interpretation. No, it's your movie. You tell me how I'm supposed to see this. Like too many movies, I feel like it is, I don't know, it's good, but I'm like, no, I want you to tell me how it is. So I'm like on Reddit, on Wikipedia, reading about it because I'm like, I have so much to think about already. I don't want to think about the interpretation of the toggle or whatever they call it in Inception.
Dreidel.
Like the spinny top of his wedding ring. Like
I can't with that.
Anyways, and then
what was oh my god, Tony Baker does a review of some movie. His movie reviews are so funny.
They're so funny.
But he does a review of some movie and he's like, basically his thing is exactly what you're talking about. Like, don't make me go to the library and pull out the tomes of research books, figure out how to understand and interpret this movie. It's
you
like,
made it. You tell me what's supposed to be.
I don't want to do that. And one of the things that I was telling my friend as I was giving her this list, I was thinking to myself is like, problematic or not, one of my favorite directors is Quentin Tarantino.
Yes. Sorry, he makes good films.
And it's like, part of that is because I don't need like as much thought and like explicit nods to cinematographers and directors that have come before him that he's, we can get into like the studying of Quentin Tarantino, but you don't need to do that to enjoy the film. And that's what I enjoy about his movies. Now, the man clearly writes certain characters just so that he can have an excuse to write and say audibly the N-word. So but fucking love his movies. So what am I gonna do?
Exactly. Remember when he spit on that reporter on the red carpet? Just an absolute menace to society.
He is unhinged. They did that. They had that show Iconoclasts, and it was him and Alanis Morissette. And I thought to myself, or was it Alanis Morissette? Or was it Fiona Apple? I'm gonna have to look it up. Hold on.
I hope you're prepared to hear yourself chewing on this week of the cast because when I was chewing gum last time, it was really annoying. So,
okay, I'm done. So they did this show, Iconoclasts. I think it was on HBO or something like that. But they put these two reverent, people in culture, and it was Quentin Tarantino and Fiona Apple. And I thought to myself, what a bunch of weirdos.
Yeah.
Like, two weirdos having to interview each other. I couldn't imagine being in that position where I have to talk and listen to Quentin Tarantino rant about whatever he's on that week.
Yeah. I want to talk about Tony Baker really quickly.
Oh, yeah.
Because, my favorite movie or one of my favorite movies is Infinity War.
Here we go.
I watched this movie.
There's a process.
Over 100 times. And there is a process. It's like a bell curve. You start out really liking the characters and you like them a lot. And then you watch it so much that every single thing these characters do and say pisses you off and you're rooting for Thanos. So that's where I ended up after watching it so many times.
Okay. No, like the level of Tony Stark is annoying. Okay, I hope you fucking die, Tony Stark. Like, you're so fucking annoying.
Yeah.
Sanctimonious white savior characters, like, keep it.
I can't even get into the civil. We
cannot
cannot stand Tony Stark. Okay. But also,
we can't
Wanda,
have two rants.
Wanda, when she's,
oh my God. Yeah.
They want to take Vision's stone, which is going to kill him. And she says, that's too high a price.
It's not.
For half of all of life in the universe, that's a bargain basement deal. Like, I am so upset that you are literally you gambled with and lost. Gambled and lost.
Yeah.
So many lives over your robot boyfriend. Bitch, be so for real right now.
Yep.
So anyways, I was going to say, I was not going to go on an Avengers Infinity War
We can't
rant.
do that. We can't have 2 movie rants. Like, there will be deep
There's
lore.
literally nothing.
We'll get into it, but we need
we're not going to get into it.
We need a break at some point.
But what I was going to say is when we were in the height and the depths of loving that movie so much and watching it every day, what we would like to do and what we did
The process.
Independently of each other, but while talking about it, was watch the Tony Baker non-spoiler review of the movie.
Oh, yeah. There were 2 reviews of each film.
Yes.
One a spoiler review, one a non-spoiler review. And so the process included the non-spoiler, then the spoiler,
Then the movie.
Yeah.
And then just watch all 3 of those because the non-spoiler reviews, actually, both of his reviews were so freaking hilarious. And then it just was the perfect entrance into watching a movie I've seen 70 times at that point.
We reference that review in casual conversations with each other. Let me get that gem over there, Playboy.
Go up to the 7-Eleven. I'll take the Swisher Sweets and give me one of them gems.
Give me one of them gems. Like, we reference that in our casual conversations at least once a week.
You know, that reminds me of when, like, we were saying that, like, in order to be our friend, if you wanted to be friends with Ken and Kiki, you would have to watch not every show that we've ever seen, but watch them enough that you can call back to the specific references we're making on a decades old show. Because we love to rewatch shows and we have a bank of our shows that we could basically quote. And for example, this spoiler review. Like, if you want to understand us and have a conversation with us, you are going to have to be so entrenched in exactly what we are. And you're going to need to, first of all, you have to watch Psych, and you have to watch it enough to when I quote a random quote, you can pick out the exact episode.
I was just going to talk about Psych.
I
was literally going to say, it's so deep between you and I
Yes.
that I went and bought a new car. And the day I got home, I sat at my dining room table, this table right over here. And I looked at my spouse and I was like, I don't know what to name my car. You know, it's a black car. I had sent Kiki a photo of the car. And I was like, I don't know what to name the car. And I looked at my spouse and I was like, oh, I know what I'm going to name it. I'm going to name it Black Burton. And, you know, I don't know what I was expecting because he's looking at me blank face. And I'm like, oh, you don't get it. So I picked up the phone immediately. And I called Kiki. I said, Kiki. She said, what? I said, Kiki, what do you think I named my car? And she goes, I don't know. Black Burton. And my spouse screamed to the top of his lungs because it was uncanny. First of all, we're linked like this.
Yes.
We're linked like this.
Yes.
The only information that you had about this vehicle, that it was the brand and that it was black.
Yeah, and you had sent that picture days before too.
Yes.
Like when you were originally looking at it.
Hadn't spoke. What do you think I named my car? Now, my previous car was named Brutus. So you might have known B was involved, but the fact that you knew exactly.
Yeah.
I mean,
it was great.
That's how deep this goes. So because we have rewatched Psych hundreds of times.
Yeah.
You knew exactly where my head was going to be. You knew exactly. And that's a deep cut.
Yeah.
No one's going to call you Black Burton.
What about bold? Beautiful.
Black.
So we're annoying to be around. Also, can we tell the story of when we were at Foodie Club? And they were like
Yeah.
talking about long-standing Hollywood couples and who were married.
Well, yeah, they were talking about married, but they kept referencing couples that are actually not married.
Yes. And so they were like, Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell, who met on the set of Overboard. And at the same time, Ken and I go, nuh-uh. Well, actually, they met on the set of the one and only genuine original family band.
Intonation and everything. Yep.
Intonation and everything. And it was so funny because when we heard the other one starting to speak, we just didn't stop and we just kept going. And the Foodie Club members, the looks on their faces were like,
What did we just witness?
Okay.
We're so annoying, yeah.
I was like, this is so also an aside from that, but I was on TikTok and someone called the one and only genuine original. I was like,
no.
It's genuine, like the singer, okay? Like the chanteuse, as you say. Anyways, well, welcome to Pretty in Pride, episode 8.
7.
This is episode 7. You're right. Welcome to Pretty in Pride, episode 7. Okay,
let's get into it.
Have we not already? We have not talked about how your week was.
Yep.
Yeah. So we always like to start with a
little
usually
check-in.
as a conversation starter to warm up, but I feel like we're already in it. But yeah, let's do a check-in.
Okay.
How was your week, Ken?
My week was exhausting. We've talked about this before on the pod where because I'm a procrastinator, I put myself in this like pressure chamber of, okay, everything's due all at once. So that's what this week was. I did get everything done, but by the time I hit Thursday, I had already hit 40 hours. So I was pissed at myself that I still had to come in on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, I was only in for like a couple of hours, but other than that, it was successful. I'm excited about the setup. I feel like I got a lot done. I feel like we got a lot done. So it feels like it's been a really productive week. And I'm really looking forward to the week ahead because I have scheduled, I just treat myself every once in a while, but it turns into treating myself every day. But I've scheduled myself a day to just like hang out and relax and recharge. So I'm looking forward to that a lot. How about yourself?
It's good. I was just thinking while you were talking instead of listening. And I was thinking about how I had said last week that by the time I sit down anywhere and people are like, what'd you do? I'm like, I have no idea. That's because I live and die by my calendar. You noted that I'm a project manager by trade. And
by trade and training.
Yeah, trade training. I can't think of another T for alliteration. So trade and training. Perfect. So it felt like a really busy week. I think especially because our recording schedule was off. But overall, I feel like I feel great. I did Pilates today. Oh, I did have a massage. It's not a relaxing thing. It's physical therapy.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we're having a good week. Next week is going to be very busy. So just trying to find some rest and relaxation as we go into during this weekend so that I can really pull through in the next week. So, yeah.
We're inching ever closer to Paris. This baby is snoring.
Tell me why we have scheduled so many things pre-Paris. Like, there are so, we're the spa day. I'm like, why are we doing the nice family dinner meal? I'm like, why are we doing all of this before Paris? And then on top of that, you know me, I'm like, I have volunteering, I have volunteer events, I have all of these things I'm doing. Like, what am I doing? Like, I'm really earning my vacation. And yeah, so we're inching closer to Paris, but I'm feeling like, not like I can't get excited for it, but you know how like I'm like a one thing at a time. Like I'm like that's what I'm thinking about. Next week I have these things to do, and that's all I can keep my focus on while Paris is looming in the background. And so I feel like it's going to come and it's going to hit me like a ton of bricks. So I don't know what we're thinking. But I'm very excited.
This motherfucker is snoring so loudly. Can you hear it?
Yeah. Okay. We can pick it up on every single episode we hear ourselves snoring.
You can't finesse. Bitch, I move smart like a motherfucking Tesla. I'm clutching this Glock, do I look like a wrestler? Get put on your back, trying to act like a flexer. Hold on, wait.
I did want to say that today I went and did yoga, and we picked a class that was a 30-minute flow Disney.
Ooh!
Which did get me excited because I was thinking about us going to Disney Paris.
I know, I'm really excited about that.
Okay, I don't know why I thought this flow was going to be a cute, fun flow of me doing like Disney princess poses. No, it wasn't that, but the music was really good.
Was it like Mulan training Disney yoga?
It was like, okay, like a lot of balance yoga, which is fine, but the music was good, and there was a Miley Cyrus song, and I was like, oh, this is not from a Disney princess movie. It's from the Hannah Montana movie.
The Climb.
Yes, it's such a good song.
Yeah. Miley Cyrus.
I love Miley Cyrus.
I love Miley Cyrus.
Yeah.
I loved her from Hannah Montana. I've said it before. I don't know if I've said it on the pod, but I was too old watching Disney. I am so honest, like maybe not immature, but like childlike in what I would watch TV. When I was in high school, High School Musical did come out, and I was during I was doing stage at our high school, and I had a play the night that High School Musical got released that I was performing in. And I was really disappointed because I was going to miss the premiere of High School Musical. I'm like 16, 17 at this time. I rushed home. They were playing it again. Thank you, Disney Channel. You have the best schedule. And yeah, I first of all love High School Musical. I was watching Hannah Montana when I was 18 in college. My ringtone was "Everybody makes mistakes." Like I don't care about that. Like that's fine. But yeah, I have always loved Miley Cyrus as a full-blown 18-year-old adult while she was on Hannah Montana. And I love her still to this day. And Bangers does not hold up, but I still listen to it all the time. So
Doesn't hold up?
I mean, no, it's actually like, it's pretty bad, but I still like it, you know?
Okay.
So
I never watched. See, I feel like I missed the generation of Disney and Nickelodeon stars that have become real pop stars.
Yeah.
Like I did not watch. I'm going to say all of these shows wrong, so you'll have to correct me.
Okay.
Victorious.
That's right. I never watched that.
iCarly.
I did watch iCarly.
Is there a star on that? I'm just naming shows.
Miranda Cosgrove, but she's not like as
She's
big
the
as the other
meme.
one. But
She's
Jeanette
that
McCurdy
meme.
was also on that one.
Who?
Jeanette McCurdy, who was in Sam and Cat with Ariana Grande. Jeanette McCurdy
Okay.
is really famous because she just released that horrible autobiography
Oh,
about
the
how
book
her
about her
abused her.
mom.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
No, I'm sorry. I need to restate. Horrible in what she endured, not horrible in what she wrote or talked about in her story.
About her mom allegedly abusing her.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know, but I do remember this book
Yes.
coming out. Okay, so iCarly, Victorious, which had Ariana Grande.
Victorious, I think, did also have Ariana Grande, yeah. And
What
so
is
did
Ariana Grande from?
Okay, Ariana Grande is from Victorious, I think, and Sam and Cat, which is what she did with Jeanette McCurdy.
Okay.
So I think she went
Okay,
from
so there was
Victorious
two of
to
them.
Sam and Cat, yeah.
Okay. And then, so I didn't watch Hannah Montana.
Ooh. But you forgot True Jackson VP, which is where we got Kiki Palmer. Well, she was also an Aquila.
Okay, again, my point is that I missed this entire generation of Nickelodeon and Disney that created like a lot of people that I think are
but
very
my point
part
is
of
that
the
I
zeitgeist.
should have missed it, and I didn't. And I stayed into.
Well, no, you shouldn't have, because these people ended up becoming like artists that we, still are
That's
interacting
true.
with. So like, I feel like I've lost, like, I don't know. I feel like I lost
Watching their trajectory.
Yeah. Getting to see that trajectory
I
and like
think
knowing where they're from.
Part of it is also because I was in a house with a very
Younger,
young child. Now, that's a great excuse. Is it the actual truth?
He didn't want to watch that.
No, he did want to watch True Jackson VP. But I'm just saying, is it an excuse? I don't know. I had a TV in my own room. So, yeah.
Well, I like it. I also never watched High School Musical, and there were 3 of them.
God, so...
I just missed the boat.
You really missed the boat on High School Musical because...
Yeah, I don't know. There was something about my college life that like wasn't lending itself to just
watching Troy Bolton and Gabriella
Disney
Montez.
Channel movies anymore.
Um,
You know what still holds up? Xenon Girl of the 21st Century.
It did. I just watched that 2 months ago.
That's
a
fucking
great movie.
That song. Zoom, zoom, zoom. You make my heart go boom, boom. My supernova girl. Just like that.
Protozoa.
Yeah. Still, also a banger. Still a banger.
Plenty of stuff. I love when something holds the test of time.
Yeah, because a lot of things do not.
They really don't.
They
You're
don't.
like, this was a tough watch.
I did rewatch Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman.
How was that?
It's, you know what? It still holds the same entertainment value and sentiment. Like, I would say it holds up for how old it was and how dated it was. But it's too saccharine for me. You know, I've been hardened by the world, you know. I don't want to I you know, it's like, oh, it's too Hallmark Channel movie for me. But
what's Xena like? I wonder.
I did try rewatching that. Okay, it's much more overtly homosexual.
Oh,
for sure.
That's nice.
Yeah. Xena and Gabrielle, Definitely doing it when the camera's cut, for sure. But I feel like it also, like, it holds up in the way that you expect it to hold up.
Okay.
For a 90s television show, Lucy Lawless was doing her thing, and the graphics are terrible, but if you're interested in, like, the Greek mythology and stuff like that, then, like,
and it's good.
It's going to be as entertaining, yeah.
I just tried rewatching Buffy.
Terrible. I loved Angel. I loved Charisma Carpenter, too.
Yes, and I loved her when she was in Veronica Mars.
Oh, my God, yeah. Yes, yeah.
I love when they bring people, like we talked about with Michelle Trachtenberg, like when they bring people that you have seen in other shows into the show that you're like, oh my gosh, that's so fun. Anyways.
Yeah.
And I love Veronica Mars. 3 seasons and no movie. No, and a movie, but no 4th season. Just 3 seasons and a movie. That's how it ends.
I loved Veronica Mars, and then I hated Veronica Mars.
That's what I'm saying, that the 4th season doesn't exist. So 3 seasons in a movie, and then that's it. And then her and Logan live happily ever after.
Yeah.
And that's it. There's nothing to hate,
no Hulu show.
We got exactly what we needed. And there's no Hulu show that just, anyways.
That movie was dark, too. And scary. There were scary moments in
that whole show was pretty dark and scary.
Yeah, there were some scary parts in that.
Yeah. Anyways.
Right. Yeah, we'll move on.
Well,
from the WB,
from
the WB and UPN shows. UPN's a deep cut.
Did I ever tell you? I think I did, that like UPN is a deep cut, by the way.
That's real. I just aged myself.
In high school, like my senior year, I was sleeping on the couch because mom was redoing the house. I don't even want to talk about what that was. I was sleeping on the couch.
So much.
It's fine. I was sleeping in the living room. And I had a horrible sleep schedule, especially in the summer. So I think I was up at like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning and randomly came across what ended up being Veronica Mars. But I'd never heard of the show before. And I had never seen it before. So I ended up watching, it was the season 2 episode with the prom. And where she shows back up at Logan's apartment. Yes.
No.
She shows back up at Logan's apartment. The first episode I ever saw. Shows back up in his hotel room. And walks into the elevator and cries after she finds out he's with Charisma Carpenter's character. I was gagged. I was like, oh my God, I love this. What did I just watch?
Of course you're going to watch that. Yeah.
Now, I couldn't figure out the name of the show. So I tried to stay up multiple times in that same hour segment and find that show because I was like, I want to watch whatever this is. And I couldn't find it for months. And then randomly one day on TV came an ad for season 3 playing. And I was like, that's it. That's the show. And I've been hooked ever since. I have the DVDs. Okay. And I think even
an obsession with yellow Nissan Xteras.
Well, and then because I do have an obsession with Xteras. In season 1, seeing that her and Logan were foils at the time. Enemies to lover, great trope.
It's one of my favorites.
It's my favorite, but I was like, okay, wait. The episode that I had seen, it was different.
Not
so
in the hate.
I was like, when is this going to happen? So I'm looking at my little DVD booklet, like, when do they get together? Like, when are we? And then when they did get together, oh wow, that was a moment.
It was so good.
It was so good.
You know, we've talked about like the will they, won't they? And it's like, okay, I love what is it? Like an enemies to lovers trope.
But a real enemies to lovers, not like a fake, like, oh, we kind of don't like each other. Like, no,
like a true enemies to lovers trope. And then like the pining and the passion. It's like, I really like seeing that translated. And unfortunately, like all shows do with this, you know, will they, won't they thing. It's like, I think that they have a little bit of that going on until they stop having that.
They were definitely not happy for long enough. And actually in flashbacks, what I really like is that they were friends to enemies to lovers. That's really, really great.
Were they enemies to friends to lovers or friends to enemies?
Well, because when Lily was alive, they were all friends. Her and Duncan were together and Logan and Lily, and they were all friends. And they all grew up together. And when she passed, they became real enemies. And then it wasn't even friends. It was more like
buddy cops,
a quid pro quo type situation. And then, and then they were lovers. Now, the worst part, like you said, is like the will they, won't they. You didn't even really have that because I was never thinking they would when you're just watching season 1, other than that I had already seen a spoiler alert. But it's that when you really, the impact of that relationship when you watch it, it's like, dude, I think they're together for like 6 episodes of this 50 episode show. Like And half of those 6 episodes, it was misery, you know, like because she's finding, you know, and I'm just like, please let my babies be happy.
But girl, let me tell you, when Logan Eckel showed up in that movie in that white uniform, I thought to myself, oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah.
Girl.
Mm-hmm.
Veronica, I see what you did there, girl.
I see what you did. And I'm sorry, sorry,
mad
Piz. I'm mad that that when he called, you said, I can't meet your parents, Piz. I gotta go see Logan.
Yep. Piz fucking forgot that she's dating that dude.
Dude, Veronica got dirty. Okay, I could go on and on about Veronica Mars.
We can't.
Like, this can't be just your very niche specific interest diving into them and giving every opinion you've ever held for years. So we'll move past Veronica Mars. George Foreman passed. R.I.P. Yesterday. I shockingly found out through Facebook, and I'm surprised because I feel like they broke the news. And as I've said before, Facebook is a hellscape.
You literally say it all the time.
I hate being on Facebook, but like I said, I check it every day so I can delete my memories. And then some, I get caught scrolling.
Wait. So every day you get onto Facebook, it shows you a memory?
Every day I get onto Facebook and I go to my memories so I can delete them or privatize them.
Are they not just all there? Like, or is it only showing you?
Well, I'm not going to scroll my feed. It does it year over year. So it's like.
So it's showing you, this is what happened the same day last year.
Last year, 5 years ago, whatever. Yes.
Okay. So you have to do it every day because you're not able to see what tomorrow's memory is.
I mean, I've been on Facebook for God knows how long. I'm not scrolling through and deleting everything. So I just go through it that way. Like,
okay.
Instead. No. I'm allowed to have
I don't know what it's like. I don't have Facebook.
Yeah. So, but it is sometimes more convenient to scroll than, Instagram has also become just garbage. Like, I don't even know what's happening and what I'm seeing on my Instagram feed. But anyways, the point is that TikTok is superior. But sometimes with TikTok, I don't want to take up the audio space of like, I'm at the gym and I'm listening to music and I just want to be also entertained.
Yeah.
And so Facebook's good for that. And also I go on every day. So I saw that George Foreman had passed.
Yeah.
But Facebook overall is absolutely awful. I was on it earlier this week and I saw a headline and it said, Sydney Sweeney says she won't stop doing nude scenes in Hollywood. I'm like, what is this? What does
that even mean?
I have no idea because I refuse to click on the articles. So, and then I feel like the amount of fake news that is on Facebook is even more heightened. And because the articles are so annoying to click on, you're just scrolling by. So every time I'm on Facebook and I see something that is breaking news, I'm like, might have to fact check this but then I'm too lazy because I never really cared anyways. I just came across this. But that's why, again, I'm going to say it a million times because everything in life leads to this, but it's an alt-right pipeline for sure. So
this is actually just a really dumb and infuriating article, honestly, because it's like, who cares if she does nude scenes? And also the idea that she won't stop doing them. Like she's some, woman who in every contract is demanding that she have a nude scene is ridiculous.
Well, it was very clear from the article that it was trying to sensationalize, like she's like, I'm addicted to nude scenes.
Right.
And I'm like, without even clicking on this, without even looking at anything, I'm sure that she just said that I'm not going to count myself out of doing those basically if I feel like the role requires it. But they were putting it as like she's some
nymphomaniac
who needs to be in front of that just can't wait to take her clothes off in her films. Like
like she's only looking for the roles that have them or something.
Her family's begging and demanding that she stops putting herself out there and she just refuses. She's addicted to the nude scene. So I'm like, oh my God. Like, anyways, Facebook is awful.
That's really gross.
But sometimes they do break news, I guess. It's like, I don't know what it is. It feels like more difficult to get news these days. Every time I go to my iPhone news section and I see something that seems interesting, it immediately refreshes and changes the news stories that I can see. And I'm
Same. And then to find it is this treasure trove of garbage that I have to then sift through.
Yeah.
Half of it's like behind this paywall. Most news is behind a paywall.
Yeah.
I have a shortcut for that though, which I enjoy using because fuck the New York Times, fuck CNN, fuck all of these outlets, and fuck the Washington Post, actually. Democracy dies in darkness. They're so fucking annoying. So anyways, Apple News is not helpful because it will have that little preview and I'll be like, oh, let me go read it. Go to click on Apple News and then it's like a new article has popped up and it's about something I don't care about.
Agreed.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad I'm not on the hellscape that is Facebook.
Yeah.
Got rid of that a long time ago.
Pretty rough. It's pretty rough.
Yeah.
A lot of it's also just like for what I saw, like for Kendrick Lamar or heart for Ye for Kanye.
Who?
Why? Just when you're just scrolling by, click like for something or heart for something, so then you can see if it has more hearts or likes. Like it's like that all the time. Like
LinkedIn does that.
I've never seen that.
What a terrible way to pull things.
It's horrible.
Just dumb.
It is dumb. Okay. Some other things that came up this week. Shopping at Costco as a single. I love Costco. And I actually find as a single, I can buy lots of stuff. A lot of people say, oh, it's too hard because, the portions. But like cottage cheese, I'm actually buying double. Yogurt, like eggs I can buy. I'm wealthy like that. Bread, certain things like I find easy to buy at Costco.
Yeah.
I usually buy the Fairlife protein milk. But I'm tired of going to so many stores. It just feels like I have to go to like 7 different stores to finish my grocery order. So I'm like, let me just get some fat-free milk from Costco. I thought it was 2 half gallons. It's 2 full gallons. And I don't try my hardest to not waste food, especially it wasn't particularly expensive, not money-wise, just being a good steward of this planet-wise. Mm-hmm. Anyways, it was 2 full gallons. I'm halfway done with one. And I'm like, I am in a race to drink 2 gallons of milk in 2 weeks. I'm like, what can I put my milk in? I guess I'm drinking some milk for breakfast. I've stopped drinking protein shakes and I'm just drinking milk, like my pre-made protein shakes. And I'm just drinking milk with my breakfast. I'm like, I can put a splash in my eggs, a splash in my coffee. I've been doing this all week long and I've only gone halfway down on this gallon. I'm like, cause I don't eat cereal or anything. I do eat oatmeal, but I also have eggs that I got from Costco.
Why did you need the milk in the first place? Why do you need this protein milk, this Fairlife protein milk?
To put in my oatmeal. I eat oatmeal almost every day for breakfast.
Then what is the problem with the milk?
I can't go through 2 gallons before it expires.
Have oatmeal twice.
Oh, okay. Just porridge for my meals.
You'll get so snatched for Paris.
No, I won't. Yeah, because I'll be gone because I'm not having any protein other than milk. I did make pudding, Jell-O pudding. I'm trying so hard to use this milk. You don't even understand.
I'm sorry, I can't help you because in my household, the great divide is that I don't drink milk.
Mm-hmm.
If I do, I get the almond milk from Costco. I always end up never using all of it. So then I end up just not getting milk. My spouse drinks whole fucking milk. Okay.
Bones like granite over there.
Cannot float in water. Not kidding you. I hate the fact that 2 gallons of milk occupy space in my fridge.
Yeah.
Whole milk. Never finishes it all. So no one can help you over here because in a great and just world, some meeting in the middle could happen where you could split your gallon. You get a gallon.
I'm not drinking whole milk, but I can't do. Well, I could do almond milk. I do like almond milk, but the reason I don't is because it has no protein in it, and I'm trying to.
Can't.
Well, forgive me for wanting to.
It's like maximizing protein with everything you buy.
I mean, not maximizing. If I were, then I wouldn't eat oatmeal for breakfast because that has no protein in it other than the milk I pour into it. Okay,
how much protein is in your fat-free milk?
8 grams. Okay. But in the other one, in the one that I get, the lactose-free milk, there's 13 grams of protein in a cup. So it's a lot better and less calories. There's a method to my madness. And the point is I can't get through these 2. I'm going to try really hard. And I also think that part of it is that I also got eggs, 24 effing eggs. So I'm like, well, those are going bad too. So I'm trying to balance out okay, well, I got to have eggs for breakfast. But you know what doesn't go with eggs? milk other than a little splash. So I'm like, okay, so maybe I'll make an egg salad sandwich for lunch and I'll have oatmeal for breakfast. Like I am like,
I got you.
My life is so stressful and it's just
madness of your own making.
In my own, madness of my own making.
Yeah.
And like from the moment I wake up to the moment where I go to bed, that is what happens in my, like this project plan of my life and my day. It just plays out and everything I do, from walking from my desk to the kitchen. Even today, I was cleaning my house and I'm like, I need to take these shoes to the closet, these hair ties to the drawer, this wallet to this drawer, and this wallet to the closet. But I can't.
And it all has to be done maximized and efficiently.
Exactly.
Right? Like you can't do one and that's like wasted steps, like out of order from the others.
Yes.
Yeah.
But then I spend so much time thinking about how I'm like, you've actually, what's wrong with 5 extra steps to put your shoes in? Like, you're crazy. So,
yeah.
Anyways.
The thing about Costco is that when I went last time, I also picked up the eggs because I was like, I feel like I found a bar of gold.
Yeah.
I came home with my 24 eggs and had another dozen, or my 18 eggs had another dozen in there.
Oh, the bourgeoisie over here.
I felt
with their multiple egg cartons. Oh, everyone come.
And do you think that I have pulled out the eggs to make any egg dishes? No.
Okay, so let me help you out here. You got egg salad sandwiches.
I know that
French
I can make
toast.
I know. Listen, I was like, we should do pancakes. The problem is that because I don't eat until 12, by the time that hour gets here, like the breakfast moment has kind of passed, except for on weekends.
Yeah.
Like I'm not getting up from my desk in the middle of the day on Monday or Tuesday and fixing myself an omelet. Like that's just not happening. But to your point, like I really don't like wasting food, so I usually don't buy the eggs at Costco. Yeah. But I was like, oh, they're here.
$9.
We gotta get them.
Yeah,
it was a mistake on my part. But yeah, good luck on the milk front. Thanks. I guess Thanks. I say you just drink a tall glass. Get home from a hard day's work. Do you remember the milk lobby? Like literally was out here making us
got milk. That's literally insane.
Our bones were just going to be breaking and brittle if we weren't drinking milk.
I was reading something recently on why they were doing that Got Milk campaign. Like the government was subsidizing. I don't remember what it was, but I'm like, yeah, why were they lobbying for milk? That is so crazy.
And it worked.
And it did. I mean,
Alex Trebek with a milk mustache.
Dude,
Michael Jordan with a
The milk mustache is iconic, but I never could have one. Like milk doesn't do that. Like
it's a different type of
glue
milk
on their lips or something. But it was looking pretty tasty, Like
I feel like ever since I ate that Reese's egg, like I'm ready for a nap. Like the sugars just fucking hit me, and I'm like over here, like oh god, I look fucked. I feel fucked up.
Okay. Speaking of eating eggs, ate no less than 13 dozen Cadbury
mini eggs.
Yeah, yesterday.
we did not keep some things to ourselves. So I cracked under pressure and actually outsourced the delivery of
multiple chocolates
of Reese's eggs during our pre-production planning meeting. And so my mom comes over and brings 6 Reese's eggs. I asked her to look for the carrots, but I said no. It's a grab bag for the carrots because I know that the carrots could be like either the wrong I knew the eggs were going to be the right consistency.
I'm sure the carrots are delicious, but
sure. I mean, and at the end of the day, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to like it no matter what. But we had the issue with the Santas. It's like I need a fat, thick Santa versus like the thin Santas.
But I did like the Santas because it still was more peanut butter. Nothing beats the egg though. Nothing beats
the egg. Is so my mom comes over while she's there. I'm like, me got a little wreck. What's over there? We're on FaceTime. What's over there? Cadbury eggs. Get those Cadbury mini eggs. You can only get them one time a year. Might as well.
Yeah.
I overdid it. So now I'm suffering. We're in the trenches. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You ate about half
the
bag.
And then because I'm
she didn't get the little bag too. She got the family size bag.
Well, because I learned my lessons, I also stopped today and got some Reese's Big Cups because I've been dying to try them. So, yeah, that's where we're at. We're Cadbury and Reese's Egg deep.
But I feel like I'm on like a sugar high and I'm like eyes rolling in the back of my head.
Okay, let's talk about Forbes. First of all, okay, going back to Facebook.
Wait, who was on this list? I actually need to look.
I actually don't even know if they really released this list because I saw it on Facebook. But according to a random Facebook headline that I did not click on, Forbes released their
so you don't
100 greatest rappers list of all times. Now let's find out if that's true. Forbes.
Okay, March 16th, it was the 50 top rappers. Forbes on the 16th of last year.
Okay, so I saw something on Facebook that wasn't true, and I didn't bother to Google it before I brought it to the pod. Well, sue me.
We're just perpetuating the alt-right pipeline of Facebook.
Exactly. If I bought it, anyone that listened to this would buy it too. So,
oh my God,
I could just start talking about it, and then it's true. This is why, like on TikTok too, that I'm like, it's probably true. But sometimes you got to find out for yourself because I don't want to be out here looking fucking crazy, you know, that like I heard this thing, I read this article, and it's just some idiot with a microphone talking about this list. Speaking of TikTok, can we talk about how annoying it is when someone sends you TikTok after TikTok after TikTok, but never reads or watches yours, never responds to yours? Mind you, the ones I'm sending are quick, funny quips, you know, like 5 seconds out of your day. And I curate my sends and my content sharing to the person. Women have always been better at this. I've noticed this in my DMs. Men send the stupidest crap to your like Instagram. And it's always, no offense, it's always some 20-minute long dissertation video about a topic that you have no interest in. And it's not just you. It's every guy I've ever met. Like, it's always something that they find funny, but they don't understand that you won't find that funny.
Yeah.
Like, and whereas I feel like every woman in my life and how I'm the same way, like, I don't send all my friends the same video. I think, this one person is going to think that this is specifically funny.
Yeah.
So that, combined with the fact that some people just continue to send you stuff without ever referencing what you've sent them. No. At some point, I got to give up, and I'm not watching your stuff either.
I feel really bad for my spouse because oftentimes...
He's really happy you're on TikTok. I could tell. He's just blasted in the inbox now that you're on TikTok.
Yeah, he's got to be happy. But, like, I'm not a very nice person. But he will send me stuff or ask me to watch something and I watch it and my immediate reaction is like, is this supposed to be funny? Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to think. That's to your point of like, I don't think men share content. Okay. I say men, knowing that I'm only really sharing content with one man. So the universality of this. I guess I could throw dad in this, like, but it's like, no, that's hilarious.
That's hilarious. So it's gonna hit.
It's gonna slap unless it's, you know,
his book that we haven't read yet,
or like just a random scary topic. Like,
yeah.
Anyways, what was I saying?
You have brothers, you know. I'm sure
they don't share shit with me.
Cousins?
Okay, so like of the people who share content with me, there's really only one man. And to your point, I just think that it's more about what they find funny and what they think is interesting and not necessarily like, oh, they'll find this interesting. I will say there are some things that I think he's been intentionally or deliberately sending to us because he thinks it's like applicable to us. Yeah. Something about hair or something. But like to your point, it's like I have a limited attention span. If this isn't immediately making me intrigued, entrenched, engrossed in the first 20 seconds, I'm outie. Yeah. Outie 3000.
To be fair to your spouse, sometimes we have like he'll share something that I've already liked. So it's not all bad. But where I have a problem with it is that you've sent me 10 videos and they're all 4 minutes long and you won't watch the 20-second clip that I sent you. And I've gone through and I've watched every single one of your videos. I spent 40 minutes of my time watching what you sent me and you won't give me 5 seconds. No.
That's rude.
At some point I'm done. Like I'm not looking at anything. I'm marking this as read and I'm moving on and I told him once, I said, I said it in a group chat. I said, I'm not watching any other crap you send me until you start responding to what I've sent, okay? Like, I'm getting really upset here, so.
You know, what's really funny is that I hate the TikTok messaging inbox interface. And so I actually haven't been following the thread at all.
Okay, and again, you still are sending stuff, though. So I'm going to have a problem with you sending me stuff, wanting me to watch it, but not watching what I've sent you.
The problem is that it's like, okay, first of all, you have 2 TikToks. I can't understand who's in this conversation.
Doesn't matter.
Okay, because it's like activity, system offers, system notifications. So I just ignore this. So I'm not
delete those.
I don't
those
get.
aren't even contributing to the symbol on the bottom of the inbox. They're just in there when you.
This is not even my profile.
Oh my god, I'm so fucking done with you.
Okay, so what I'm hearing you say is that we all need to stop sending you.
I'm so fucking done. Cut the mics. Dead ass.
I never ever watched her on the show, but I fucking know that clip.
It's one of your favorites.
I never watched that.
You see what I mean? How I curate content? Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
No.
So what I'm hearing you say is that I should stop sending you videos unless I'm willing to watch your videos.
No, what I'm saying is you should not expect me to watch your videos if you're not watching mine. You can do whatever you want.
Okay.
You know?
Oh, I see. I can send them to you, but you won't watch them.
Correct.
Unless I'm watching yours.
Exactly.
Okay. We're here.
Okay.
I need to talk about the last thing that I do need to talk about is I just wanted to say that it was hilarious in videos and posts that I sent you. I sent you on Instagram a Bossip headline because Bossip will not let go the fact that Jonathan Majors said that he just needs his Coretta.
I'm also not letting it go. That was
so
cringy. Beyond
so cringe. First of all, I don't know, it gives me the ick. But like in the announcement of him and Megan Good getting married,
I thought this was pretend. Like
continued.
I'm so confused.
I thought they were just gagging us. Like
they really did.
We don't care about their relationship on one hand, but at the same time, they know that we know that this is all just PR.
They thought they were like pulling some Uno reverse by getting married or something, and it's like, let me just think you're even more ridiculous. You know,
so weird, but yeah, we're not gonna let it go. But that was just really funny.
I think a lot about that video of him dancing.
Crazy
at the wedding, and then we not like us. I think about that all the time.
He was getting his little bop on.
He was Charlie with a but. Time capsule.
He was getting his little newsboy bop on.
It's awful.
Oh my god. That's just one of those things where it's like, man, don't be a piece of shit. I just don't understand. But it's like, allegedly, don't be an alleged piece of shit. But it's like, that guy had such a promising career, and Hollywood loves to forgive men who like are even whispered to have abused or mistreated women, whether that is something that they are found in a court of law to have been liable for or not. We love to forgive
cheaters.
We just love to forgive men for, their slights against
their transgressions.
Yeah. And so I'm sure it'll, probably be only a matter of time, but
yeah, I think, I saw some Facebook headlines, so I'm not going to repeat them because I don't know if they're true or not.
We know they're not true.
I'm not going to independently Google about something I never cared about in the first place, but I will consume it as almost fact. And that's an alt-right pipeline. I do need to be better. So, but I do sometimes think like, is it true? So sometimes I do click on it, but I don't actually give a shit if he's going to be Kang or not, you know, like, so I don't care if
Kang who?
Kang. That was his character in Marvel, the Marvel movies. A Thanos type Jonathan Majors situation. Kang was the new villain in the Marvel series that Jonathan Majors was cast as.
What Marvel series?
The continuing, he was a Marvel villain. And they
in
were
what
film? I don't know, I didn't see it.
Okay.
No.
Yes. He was going to be the new Thanos-ish. No one can be
Josh
Thanos.
Brolin.
But he was going to be, they were setting him up on the villain arc of the Marvel series. Then he got, accused of bopping and socking. Sorry.
Not say it if it's funny, bro. Okay. Okay, I just remember that he had a lot of upcoming promising opportunities that were lost. Yes. But I didn't I thought it was going to be, I didn't realize who he was going to be or how they were going to do that because I don't care about Ant-Man. I don't care about Marvel. I've told you how I felt about franchises. I only care about Black Panther.
And Avengers Infinity War and Endgame.
Well, and
Civil War. Actually, you care about all of Marvel. You actually cared about every single movie.
Name all of these movies. I only care about Chris Evans' Captain America. I need to watch Anthony Mackie's Captain America. I don't like this is my thing. I know Marvel and DC do this, but it's like this is part of my franchise issue is that it's like it's okay for a character story to end. Like we don't have to continue it. Marvel does this all the time where it's like, oh, it's a Spider-Man thing, right? It's like, it's not the man, it's the suit that the man wears. And it's like, I just actually don't need Spider-Man to be like living forever. Now I will say, I do enjoy the Spider-Verse a lot and Miles Morales. So like maybe I'm contradicting myself there because I do enjoy the different worlds. But for Captain America, Iron Man, it's like, I don't need 17 Hulks. I don't need to follow the lives of different Hulks. I don't need that. So I just don't care about this like Ant-Man introduction and all that other stuff.
Anyways, he got let go of Kang the Conqueror because of that court case. And
he's been cringe city ever since.
Okay, my hard way. Shit hurt me every day. Get on my knees, pray. I'm trying to find another way. I gotta get up out the jungle, niggas.
All right. Do you want to get into our weekly ins and outs?
Let's do it.
All right. Why don't you start with your in for this week?
Okay, my in for this week, I was reading it and I was like, where did this come from? And then it's going to be so obvious when I say it. Going with the punches and taking things in stride as it relates to our last episode. So that's in for me this week. Like we've said a few times now, we went into solutions mode, we figured it out, and we're back on track, baby. Let's go. And also that's just part of life, like change is going to happen, blah, 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 corporate schmartrit, verbiage. But it is very true that like change happens and learning to just take it in stride is going to serve you better than getting upset and, reacting to that. So that's in.
All right.
For me, out though, is having to do rework because I can take it in stride. Did it successfully. It still was like, it was extra work. So that's just going to be out. Do it right the first time as much as you can, or as I like to say, do it right or do it twice. So that's out, and
okay, that's pretty good. I like that. Okay, what's in for me this week is treating yourself.
Oh, wow. Wow, good one. You never do that.
I never know. I had a friend let me know that there was like this special to get a massage and or a facial. I've been wanting to get a massage. It's been so long since I've last had one. And I was like, all right, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to take a half day off of work. I'm going to go get a massage. I'm going to get a facial. I haven't done those in a while. And I think the idea of like doing that in the middle of a work week feels even more luxurious than like doing that on my weekend, because it's like a little bit of extra precious time that I feel like I'm getting back just for me. And I definitely need it. Like my mind is exhausted, my body's exhausted, so I'm looking forward to it. Plus we'll get to hang out.
What's out for you this week?
I'm gonna go ahead and say what's out for me this week is space exploration. I've never done it, but I can tell you after spending the week watching the entire Alien franchise, I'm now in the Alien versus Predator movies. And now I feel like I've got to switch over to Predators. It's just dawned on me that I don't have the curiosity to ever see space. I don't understand people who are interested in going to space. I keep thinking about those astronauts that were stranded for like, okay, they weren't stranded, but like the whole concept, they were there for longer than they were originally supposed to be there for like 9 months. I think about that and it's like, first of all, I just don't have the curiosity. Like I barely want to be in an airplane. I'm only in an airplane because it will get me there faster than a car and or a train. I don't understand people who want to go see the Titanic, like want to go to the depths of the ocean. Like I'm okay with things that I never need to see in real life. And so to me, the thing about space though is that like these people, the mental fortitude that they must have to realize that they're gonna be here for 3 more months and be like, all right, cool. Like just stuck with this one other person. Nah, bro. Couldn't be me. There's stronger people. I'm not one of them. That's out. That's out all the way out. I'm not interested at all in going to space. I'm not interested in struggling, period. So I'm definitely not trying to travel up for 3 weeks to get to the moon. No.
Well, I had fun chatting with you again, and as always, and I'm excited for the weeks coming up. Paris is coming up so quickly, and our pre-Paris like plans are also going to be fun. We're also going to start vlogging, which I think is going to be interesting to see how we can incorporate some more behind-the-scenes content for our listeners and viewers. So I'm really excited about what we've done and what we're going to do.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
And we want to thank you all for coming on this ride with us. Stay pretty.
Stay prideful.
You can't finesse. Bitch, I move smart like a motherfucking Tesla. I'm clutching this Glock, do I look like a wrestler? Get put on your back, tryna act like a flexer. Hold on, wait, this Glock take him out like a date. She give me the pussy, I just want the face. Fuck her real good, put the bitch in her place. I'm high in the bitch, but my mind up in space.